Welcome to the Solemn Vanguard channel. Today we are doing an updated Nightrose deck profile. Updated because the English metagame just got this beautiful stride in the G-Booster set 14. And as always, this beautiful Nightrose playmat will be available at zerodamagegaming.com. Link will be in the description. Getting into the profile, we have our 4 Grade 3 Nightrose. This is still the best one, being able to abuse her GB2 whilst also calling some stuff like King Serpent. Sure, King Serpent lost some value with the new stride because we go into gouache less, regardless we still run it. Now some people actually cut this Nightrose, but I still want to run her because the new stride actually gets more powerful with more Nightrose names, and you also want to still be able to do this kind of loop thing with these two. If you don't know, the loop is basically she can call stuff behind her when something else is called, and so this way you can get to 11 attacks. It's just some crazy combo. You can check it out on my channel. One Nightstorm, he just creates plays. Most Nightrose combos where you do loads of attacks involve him, her, and then a Negro Lazy. Speaking of the devil, here we have 3 Negro Lazy. Call something else when he's called, which then extends either attacks or creates field, depending on what you need. With him, you can also do some defensive plays, but I will go over that with my other G-Guardian. 3 Cannoneer, he's part of the defensive plays, also fills your hand and is some disruption. He's just a really good card all around. Then we have 2 Poker. Now, there's still quite a lot of chaos in the meta, and so we really are forced to run Poker. Whether it's 1 or 2, I don't care, but I like the safety of 2. You never want to see 1 in your damage zone and just auto lose the match because of that. 2 King Serpent, you can definitely bump this down to 1 or even 0. However, we can still go into gouache when something is going wrong. We still need some soul for our PG and our G-Guard, so soul still has some value. That's why he's in here. Definitely, if you start looping with your Nightrose, you will definitely burn through your soul and also your counter charge, so he definitely still has a place in those combos. 1 Rook, there's definitely value in a beat stick, but space is getting so tight that I lowered him to 1. If we need him, we can also chappy him out of the deck that way. 4 Stride Fodder, because we do want to stride and also fuel our drop zone with Nightrose names if possible to make our stride a little bit stronger. Then we run 3 of this recycling PG. Now that we no longer go into gouache as much, we have the soul to actually use Seawall Banshee effectively. 1 Jin, if you don't know, this deck has a way to call a PG from the drop zone with a G-Guardian. And so that way you can actually guard stuff like Dragstrider Luard or other cards that might get around grade 1 guarding, like let's say Balam. 4 Negrobone always extends the attacks. He's the biggest combo maker in the deck, arguably the most important card as well. 1 Bale, because together with Negrobone, it actually creates a free attack, and then also you can get your counter blast back from your Negro Lily. 2 Chappy, for if you want really specific pieces in the drop zone. That could be anything. If you're going up against Chaos, you might want to send a Poker. If you need your beat stick, you might want to send Negro Rook. If you know you have to go into gouache, you might want to send your King Serpent. Just a very versatile card. Sets up the drop zone however you want. 4 of this crit in order to fuel your soul and decked in, draw into your pieces. 4 of this one, also fueling the soul, also going through the deck. 1 of Mick. Please free our brother Mick, he's so good. Pumps up 10k, also creates a defensive play with Negro Lily. 3 of her, in order to give our starter hollow or other stuff hollow and then drawing. 4 of this heal, not that we use him often, but oh well. And then a Grenache, because you want all your counter blast back for free, because this card is ridiculous together with the Nightrose. Then we have 4 of the new Nightrose, as you can see on this playmat as well. I really like the art, it's such a cool card. It gives crits, it calls cards, it gives power. This card just does so much. Fills your field, gives power, gives crit. It's a really good card. However, she's not as good as what Harry got. Like that Harry card, we really needed to get that unlock as well. Oh well. 2 Gouache. For if you have the soul set up and Nightrose isn't necessarily the best play, you still have that. You can still make a gigantic hand on first stride with him. 2 Negro Songer. Same story, however, this card still has quite some value for creating gigantic numbers, and you can also do quite some loop combos with him. 1 Sea Breeze because it is a GB deck, 1 Megiddo because there's value in it. I actually take this one out of my Tavas whenever I use it for Granblue. It can just still create quite some attacks, and why not? I already made a loop combo video, by the way, where I go over 11 attacks with Megiddo in Nitrose. You can check that out on the channel. 1 Boat because it's just solid. If you get that far, you might as well kill them with some insane looping, insane power, just a really solid card, and it's also free. 1 Negro Lily SP. Well, anyway, so this card can create quite some cool combos. So what it does is, for a counterblast, it kills something. Sure, it has some other effect, but the main thing is that it kills something from your own board. When you kill something from your own board, let's say a Negro Lazy, let's say you have this setup right here, so you go into Negro Lily, you can kill Negro Lazy, get him back with Nitrose's GB2, activate his skill, and then you can get back either a Cannoneer or a Mick. So with Cannoneer, you could basically have this pseudo Denial Griffin and kill something from your opponent, maybe even the attacking unit. Or you go into Mick to boost yourself, your own Vanguard, up to 21, and that way be able to guard everything else that turn pretty easily. So that's a defensive play you can do with Necro Lily, which is why we run her. Then 1 Raktomei, because of course we run poker, so we need to run a Cray Elemental to unlock. We could actually bump this up to 2 in order to unlock more with poker, and I might actually do that. Also, you can filter some useless cards or even pieces you want to get back from your drop zone out of your hand into the drop zone and draw an extra card. Then 1 of this becomes a gigantic G Guardian, like actual free huge numbers, so that gets around Dragstride and stuff like Balam. And then 2 of her. This is actually the G Guardian I spoke of earlier. With her, you can get your PG out of your drop zone onto your guard circle, and that way PG cards that would restrict your PGs normally. Apart from that, you can also recycle your Chappie the Ghosties this way and still keep some filtering in the deck going. So that was basically it for this deck profile of Nitrose. As I said earlier, you can pick up this 0 damage gaming playmat at the link in the description. Use the code LAUNCH to get 10% off your first order. Subscribe to the Solemn Vanguard channel, click the bell button to stay up to date, and I will see you soon. Ciao.